Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto, the Death That Changed Everything. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story. Now before continuing, this shout out is due shout out to Twilight Knight 7726 for suggesting this idea. Now moving onwards, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Meta What If and Potato What If channel as well. Now I know I'm slowly uploading there, it's just that I am gonna upload there, not regularly, but every now and then, like every 2 days from, one video. It's to keep, like, from me, getting overpressured and whatnot. So I hope you guys understand. And today I'm kind of in a hurry, so that is why stories on both channels. So yeah, I hope you guys kind of like it. And tomorrow we'll see if a movie again or a short movie on both channels. Enough said, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins 13 years after the QB attack at the Valley of the End, in which we see currently Sasuke Uchiha was standing with a shocked filled expression. One of his hand was drenched in blood, which was not his, as drops were falling down from the tips of his finger to the water and turning it red. Sasuke looked down in front of him, and there, laying on the ground, was the body of someone who he could call his friend, rival, and teammate, Naruto Uzumaki, who went as far as to fight him just to bring him back. I told you to stop, you damn it. Didn't want to do this. As Sasuke looked down to the ocean to reflect himself, only to find that his eyes have been achieved, and he shed tears. Not normal watery tears, tears of blood. At what cost? He thought to himself about the power that he has gained, the power of the Mangekyo Sharingan. Goodbye, Naruto. I'm so sorry. With these words and a heavy heart, Sasuke Uchiha left. As soon as he did, after 10 minutes or so, we see Naruto's body, which was still laying there, was found and picked up by none other than Kakashi Hatake, his sensei. I was too late. I'm sorry, Kakashi. That his summon, the Ninkenpop Bakun. Bakun, how about you go for the day? Are you sure you will be fine? Yes. As much as fine as I can be, that is. Alright, Kakashi. You don't want to go after him? The other one, I can still find his scent. No need. And so now we see Kakashi begin to walk back towards Konoha. As on the other side, we go towards the village entrance where we see medics were rushing back in. On stretchers were laying a lot of the rookies who had been sent on the mission, as Shikamaru was standing there, a bit sad and depressed. It's all my fault. If I had led them better, this would not have happened. That might be true, but you will learn. I place too much trust in you, Shikamaru. You need to know better. And so do I. We both made mistakes. In judgment. I want you to go and rest for the day. But where's Naruto? Said a third voice. It was Sakura Haruno, Naruto's teammate and Sasuke's teammate. And she was there, hoping to see Sasuke and maybe Naruto. And that is when Tsunade gasped, because walking slowly in front of her was Kakashi, as in his arms were Naruto, who was limp. As Tsunade dashed outside, what is wrong with him? And froze when she saw a gaping hole where his heart should be. He's dead. Kakashi nodded without saying anything. Did he kill him? Kakashi nodded again. I think so. As Tsunade grabbed Naruto, trying to hide her tears, she couldn't as her lips quivered. It happened again. It happened again. You promised me, you idiot, that she wouldn't die. Tsunade told herself, as she turned and was now taking Naruto within, hoping to examine him to find if he is still able to be saved or not. While Naruto was being taken, Shikamaru as well as Sakura, who stood there, watched with shocked filled expression. because what they were seeing was not Naruto, hurt or injured like before. He was dead. As they witnessed, the civilians begin to murmur and cheer somewhat. Why are they cheering? Asked Sakura, as she even noticed that her own mother was celebrating. Mother, what the hell are you celebrating for? Oh, Sakura, the demon is dead. Demon is dead. Of course it's a moment to celebrate for everyone. What demon? Oh, we have to keep that a secret, but now that the demon is dead, we can tell the truth and not worry about our lives. Naruto is the QB, since he had the QB sealed within him. What kind of logic is that? Said Sakura, shocking everyone. If you seal a kunai within a scroll, the scroll doesn't become a kunai. You are all stupid. I'm going. Where are you going? To my teammate, who might still have a chance at living, and maybe not dead. Seeing this, Kakashi felt a bit of pride, but at the same time a lot of hope and worry. And so they all arrived at the medical bay. Tsunade, for the next 24 hours, stayed there within the medical room in which Naruto was being operated on. As on the other side, one after the others were saved, rested, and even woken up. As Shikamaru was there with them. As Choji, Kiba, as well as Neji all woke up. Where is Naruto? Did that idiot get that bastard? Naruto might be dead. As all of them were shocked. Excuse me, said Neji. It's true, Neji-san. Naruto had a gaping hole in his chest, where his heart should be. I couldn't sense his chakra, said Hinata, who was there, and her lips were trembling. Tsunade-sama has been trying her best, but it's been more than a day. That bastard. He really did kill Eddie. Really did kill Naruto. But why? Ino-san has went with her dad because the council wants to see through Naruto's memories to find what has truly happened. What? Can they do that? Of course they can. This just doesn't sound right, said Shikamaru. But we need to find out what was the cause of it. And so, on the other side we see Tsunade allowed Inoichi to walk through his mind while still operating on him. Any brain activity, Inoichi? I'm sorry, Tsunade-sama, but nothing. I can only access his memories, and he was, in the last moment, thinking about you, his friends, and, well, mostly about you, because he sees you as a mother figure. The more Tsunade heard about this, the more bad she felt, the more hurt she felt. Already getting the news, Jiraiya had returned from away as he was. What happened, Kakashi? How is Naruto? I heard he was badly wounded. He's dead. What? He is dead. Where is he? And we're barging in through the room. We see both Tsunade as well as Inoichi were quite surprised. What the hell do you think you're doing, Jiraiya? He really is dead, said Jiraiya as he slammed his hand onto his forehead, his fingers roaming through his hair as he was tense. This cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. My god, child. He was killed by that bastard Uchiha. Where is he? He's away with Orochimaru. I'm gonna find those bastards and bring them to justice. Enough, Jiraiya. The boy needs burial. Yes, that might be true, said Inoichi as Jiraiya stood there. I can't let my son be like this. He needs to be buried into the Senju section of the clan. Your son? Yes, because he saw me as a mother. I'll see him as a son and send him off. He wanted to be the Hokage, right? I'll be the damn Hokage that he wanted to be. And so, now we see Tsunade was preparing for the funeral as Inoichi arrived outside, and then went to the council chamber to deliver the reports, and shocked everyone, because Naruto held back, for the sake of a promise, for the sake of the mission. He held back, and throughout his spectacle of eyes, It was seen by everyone and shown to everyone that how badly Naruto was treated and what he had done for the others. He had done much for the others as he has done for himself. He lived for his friends, he died for his village, and he died to protect one of his friends as well. As Inoichi, he, although a bit, was quite not sure. Why are you like that, Inoichi? We are all aware that Naruto Uzumaki has died as a proper shinobi of Konoha. Sad and wasteful as it has been, his death on Sasuke Uchiha, he could have died for much greater, but he is regardless a shinobi and would be buried with proper because he followed the instructions that was given to him. Sasuke Uchiha is now to be branded as a traitor and killed on sight to be ordered and returned back to Konoha and placed into the bingo book. What do you think, Tsunade? Agreed. And so, now we see it was said and done. Naruto's funeral was arranged. As after the funeral we see a few days passed, everyone had gathered at the training ground and were in silence. What did your father find in Naruto's memories? Sakura said that he held back. Is it true? Yes. He held back. He held back because he remembered you. He held back because he remembered us. He saw Sasuke as a brother. Like he saw all of us as his friend, his loved ones. Lived his life for us. And we never really cared, said Ino as she broke down. While on the other side, Tsunade inside her office was looking at the reports because something had caught her eye and she had kept it aside for the time being. And something that has been bothering her. Hey, Jiraiya. Yes? What is it, Tsunade? The seal that was used to seal the Kyuubi within Naruto. Yes, what of it? Was it a pattern on his neck? Neck? No, there was no seal aside from the one on his stomach. Stomach, you say? As Tsunade presented a picture, what about this seal? I got it captured through Shizune when I was preparing him for the funeral. Do you think he had a tattoo? That is a seal. Wait, I know this one. This is a memory suppression and personality altering seal. It's an experimental one that Tobirama-sama was experimenting on, later abandoned. What? My own granduncle? Yes. It was his prototype. It was said to be the only secret that Akage should know and never should use. What does that mean? Naruto's personality was altered? Could be. But we never know. Why was this seal on Naruto's neck? I am worried now, Jiraiya. What if the Naruto we knew was not the real Naruto? No, that can't be right. Of course he was. While this was being said and done, and was agreed between the two, a month later, we see at the gates of Konoha another storm arrived, in the form of Minato Namikaze, Kushina Uzumaki, and their two children Menma and Mito. And instead of a grand welcome, everyone watched them with shock-filled eyes, because they were supposed to be dead, and not have more than one child. As Jiraiya and Tsunade arrived there as well, because Jiraiya had stayed behind for the time being. Minato, how are you alive? Surprised, right? We need to talk. And fast. And so they arrived inside the Hokage office while the rest were holding their breath, trying to figure out what has happened. More than ever, Tsunade was the one who wanted to know. I would like to know a few questions. Where in the living hell were you up until now? We were hiding. The prophecy that Sensei gave us, we were aware that it was true. This is the Kyuubi attack, so we took extra precautionary measures, checking our two kids that we knew were the true Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi's chakra with us, hiding away from everyone. Where? In the Uzashio Gakure. The only place that nobody would look and think that is nothing more than ruins now. You stayed there? Yes. And we trained them. Now amongst them is the one true child of prophecy that will go on and fulfill it and save us all. Minato. What about Naruto? Why did you leave him behind then? You could have taken him. The boy's life was hell. Yes, I know. I also heard that he has died. Yes. Well, at least I'm happy that he fulfilled his goal then. What do you mean by that? Said Tsunade and Jiraiya, both of their fists were clenched, knuckles turning white. We placed a personality altar seal so that he wouldn't betray Konoha. We knew the people of Konoha would hate him, and that is why we did this. Naruto would live for people, for his friends, more than himself. As Tsunade gasped, placing both of her hands on her mouth, oh my god, he really did use that seal just so he could be like a mindless slave without his own thoughts. We had to. A sacrifice was necessary. But the greater good. Greater good! Greater good! That's not greater good, Minato. That's a disaster. You yourself was an orphan. How could you have done this? But Sensei, I did this for the prophecy. I thought you would be happy that I am alive. Of course I am, but not like this. At the cost of your own son's life? The boy that... Never mind, you didn't even knew him. I'll smash my head in front of a wall. That would be better than to explain to you. As Tsunade agreed, you all are disgusting. What do you want now? Get out of here. But what about my position? You are no longer the Hokage, I am. You left, abandoned us, and that is when it was null and voided. Tsunade later made sure that everyone was aware of what has happened, and once everyone found out what they have done to their own son, in the name of prophecy, what Minato Kushina expected did not happen. In turn, the opposite and the much worse happened. They became the outcast, they became the hated one, and they became the ones that were disgusted upon by everyone. As Menma and Mito back at their home then said, you told us that everyone would treat us as heroes, but everyone look at us like we're some sort of disease. It's all because of him, isn't it? Just what kind of life he lived. Yeah, even I want to know. And so, they begin to find out, slowly but surely, what kind of life they have lived. Only to find that Naruto had lived a life full of struggle, pain, loneliness. The only person he could at first rely on was one man, Hiruzen Sarutobi, who wasn't that great to rely on, to be honest, but he was the only one. And later on it was the friends that he formed, Shikamaru, Choji. The old man at the Ichiraku even mentioned that Naruto on his birthday would usually cry, trying to hide his tears behind a smile because he felt lonely watching other kids celebrate theirs with their parents, loved ones, while he was alone. And then they all heard about from Iruka his academy years, that how he was hated. From hated he turned to one of the most awesome students one could ask for. His pranks, his behavior, and his hiding skills, everything was revealed. And then finally, from his friends themselves, they found out what kind of friend he was. Even after the personality Elder Seal, Naruto had more personality than all of them combined. And now, he was dead, trying to protect his friend, even in the last moments not wanting to hurt him. A true shinobi, a true friend, and a beloved son to Tsunade, who has adopted him and given him the name Naruto Senju. And after hearing about this, the family of Namikaze Uzumaki were seated together in deep silence. I did not know that he lived a life such as this, and died like that because of us, because of that seal. What have we done, Minato? We tried everything for the prophecy, fuck the prophecy. If it was Naruto who had the chakra, he could have left any one of us, and we could have been the one to get hurt. yelled out Menma. Menma Nisan is right. You could have done this to any one of us. Naruto was our brother. You told us that he was just necessary. You never told us that he was like that. I'm proud of my brother, said Mito. So am I. And because of that, we're leaving the Helldew alone and going out of Konoha. Because we don't want to remain here, and we don't want to remain with you. You can't be serious. What about the prophecy? Screw you and your prophecy. We don't care. You already have caused enough pain and harm. Let it be the last time that you do any more. And with that, both of the kids packed their stuff and left, leaving Konoha and their parents behind, who were now even more devastated. And the final nail that was hit in the coffin was Tsunade rejecting them from even seeing Naruto's grave, as well as entering the Senju clan alone. Aside from that, Jiraiya returned and told them that Kamamaru-sama had died, and he has died, saying that Minato and Kushina have crossed the line, and Kami, Yami, and Shinigami are pissed and forsaken them. There will be no savior. There will only be war, and that will follow. And everyone began to curse Minato and Kushina even more. The ones who believed in the prophecy now had to believe the words of the same toad that they also believed in, about them crossing the line and now condemning everyone to death and whatnot. They tried desperately to find an answer and was able to create a seal because a lot of lives were on the line, and Kami herself was summoned in exchange for the soul, a soul of a person who was more than ready to die. Kakashi, because he was broken beyond repair, his teammates dead, his student who looked up to him dead, his sensei who had taught him everything, all the morals that he lived up to, betrayed him. From that have arrived back to haunt him like someone who mocked the very ideals he believed in. And so, now we see, while Kakashi's soul lay down on the ground and was taken, Kami appeared. Speak. Why are we forsaken? You could ask the same question to yourself. Because you believed the words of the toad more than the ideals that we placed in this world of family and whatnot. You all fight, start war, and cause pain. And because of that, I and my sisters have forsaken you. If you want to be saved, then stop initiating war with one another and live your own life. There's still chance? No, we have forsaken you. That is why what happens and follows is entirely upon you. Your own deaths, your own destruction, or your preservation. It's all in your own hands now. And we won't save you. What happened to Naruto? That poor soul. He was reincarnated into a world in which you became his mother. A world that doesn't have any pain, any shinobi world, or any power struggle. As an image was shown, it was modern Japan in which Naruto was wearing a traditional middle schooler outfit, as Tsunade was standing there wearing a homing clothes, as Jiraiya turned out to be the father there. You mean to say we are his parents now? Yes. As everyone watched, because everyone was present, that Naruto was living a happy life, with Sasuke and the others being his best friends and the group he hanged out with, and Hinata Hyuga being the girl he was dating, and was even going to marry in the future once he graduates. And then the glimpse ended. How come he's not our son? You don't deserve him. You proved here that much. Why should I torment him even more? As for you, once you pass away, you will become one with the two, and will have him as a child. That is my blessing to you. Thank you. Thank you for at least showing me my son who is safe. As Jiraiya was happy as well, because turns out Naruto there was his son, and he was happy about it. Now that everything is said, I leave with the warning. You are alone the source of your own destruction or preservation. Heed my warning now and you might be able to preserve something, or everything is bound to be destroyed. And with these words said, Kami departed, and everyone was left in shambles. Kushina and Minato tried to rile up everyone but failed and were banished. In the meanwhile, news spread quickly of what has happened and what Konoha has done, and everyone was terrified. Because of Minato and Kushina, they all were doomed, and all the villagers coming together knew of one thing. They needed to stop, and now peace treaties were initiated. Kami, Yami, and Shinigami would have forsaken them, and now they were the ones who controlled the fate. And Akatsuki, they made themselves aware because they went rampant after realizing that they could destroy and conquer everyone. But they were too late, because alliance had been made and they did not have the Ten Tails. They were captured, killed, and the war before it began was stopped. But not by the Shinobi Allied forces. Surprisingly, it was by Sasuke Uchiha, who had returned back after killing Orochimaru, and vowed to live by the ideals that his friend Naruto Uzumaki had lived by. Because he knew Naruto wanted to become the Hokage, he wanted to help out his friends, and he more than ever wanted to become the strongest and kind. Sasuke vowed he would live by that, and so he did. He even settled down with the girl Naruto used to like, Sakura, and named their son Naruto that they had. As this is it, where I will be leaving the story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Meta What If channel as well, and Potato What If as well. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!